Bronze Age comic book artist Ken Landgraf here. I'm working on a special commission. It's actually for Coke Oldford, and it's going to be for one of his new comic books that I'm drawing. And he wanted me to do a drawing on the Plan 9 from Outer Space. So here I'm looking at Thor Johnson. I'm going to ink some of his face with my pen here. And why is my ink flowing so good? Well, I put Windex in my inkwell over here, and that keeps the ink from non-clogging. So I get these like gorgeous spontaneous ink lines. I'll pop his eyelid out, so I'll render like a little slower. And you're pretty much doing this with a rhythm. Like I'm looking at this, like here's the bottom of his nose. Oh, look at his drapery. Now, this is going to be all like circular motions. This is going to change because it's a different view, perspective. So what I'll do is I'll indicate one line down here, knowing which direction I'm going. Okay, so once I get that worked, I can start inking in the drapery. I've been working with Kirk Oldford for a long time now. We did what was that? Ink Zeitgeist. And we did Ghoul Butcher, one of my favorites. And all those comics were successful, so we're doing more comics. Turn the paper here so I can go in the different direction. And people ask me a lot of times, what kind of brush pen are you using here? Well, I jump around. This one here particularly is a Genvana, but it's a very generic brush. You can get these sets really cheap on Amazon, like $8, and you got like around 4 or 5 pens. And what's interesting about these is you can take off the top up here and unscrew the cap, and there's like a sponge in it, and you can dip that into India ink and keep refilling this thing till it wears out. When it wears out, you can use it for filling in black areas. That's what I do. Oh, I gotta give him, he's wearing a suit here, so do one of these Wally Wood, Bernie Wrightson type things of drawing the butt in a certain way. And I want the vampire girl scratching him. Add more violence. And we'll ink her hand here. Throw a shadow. And I'm looking at her hand. And what am I going to do with it? Let's see. Put in some nice rendered lines. I'm making this more delicate, as you can see. I don't know, you do it more delicate, you put the lines down slower. It's simple as that. And I want to add some bursts in here. Now, you might ask, what is a burst? I'll show you an example. This is a burst. Wally would use this all the time to get like an impact. See this? And I'm going to show you how that's achieved. I want Dracula getting strangled up here. And I'm going to put a burst on him. What I'm doing is I'm selecting where's the lines in perspective look. So I got that worked out, and then I simply start rendering and leaving spaces. Yeah, that looks like something exciting happened. I also want to do that with Thor Johnson's head here. Put a couple lines down so I know where the direction is going to be for the burst. And the trick is to leave a white space, see? Okay, maybe I'll work on Dracula's drapery here. Now, another trick I'm doing is I'm moving the camera way up here in my hand so I can see the shapes better. Maybe I'll put a zip in there. So what I'll do is render this part. Maybe a zip's going to go in there. That'd be cool. Yeah, we'll look at Thor Johnson's hand here. See what we're going to do with that. He's got nice big meat hooks here. I like that. I'll look at it. Move the camera way up so I can get some ideas of what I'm going to do. Well, I'm seeing that. I'll start rendering very gently. Draw on the knuckles. And now what I want to do is throw shadows from the fingers to each finger. Look at that. And I'll start rendering in here. And unfortunately, my electric gas oven broke down today, so I got a repairman coming in. So I'm going to end up doing this drawing for free to pay for him. At least I got that opportunity. I always like to throw like a vein in there. Oh, that looks really realistic. Look at that. Light and shadow. I guess the greatest artist that uses light and shadow would be Wally Wood. And even Neil Adams, because he made photorealistic looking artwork. One time Neil told me that his idea of drawing comic characters is making them look like how they look in real life, and darned if he didn't do that. He added realism to the comics. And everybody had to upgrade their game. And I want to work on another burst because I want to make him look like he's really getting strangled. What am I doing here? I'm weighting down the drawing with a stapler so it stays in place. I'm making on a flat desk first of all, so that's a bit of a problem. And work on a burst. Let's work on Dracula's hair. That would be funny, right? This is the older Bela Lugosi. I think this was the last movie, actually, for Ed Wood. And again, this movie became popular also because Jerry Seinfeld commented about it, of wanting to go to it in that Chinese restaurant episode on Seinfeld. And when Elaine and George and everybody decided to peter out and not go with him, he said, what am I supposed to do? Go to the movie theater myself and make sarcastic remarks to strangers? That was pretty funny. He ends up going to his uncle's apartment. And Elaine goes to Sky Burger, a fake burger place, fast food. I don't know, ink on the vampire girl's hair. I forget what her name was. Something like Vampire or something. Got Zipatone in there. Using my Windex ink. Look at that. Just like glides on it. And I'm turning my brush around so it follows the form of the hair. You don't just put lines down at random. You follow the shapes. Look at that. Oh, she's looking really good now. And it's the way I like to work too. I don't pencil the thing out. I like outline what I'm going to draw. And then I take my brush and use the brush to define everything. We got our forearm. Let's see what we're going to do here. Very slow lines, following the form. Oh, that looks good. And let's work on our breasts here. First of all, I'm going to throw a shadow. So shadows are usually always triangular, look. Okay. And look at the worst part of inking, getting ink on your fingers. So I'll have to clean that up later. So if you like what I'm doing here, please subscribe to my channel. I got over 1,000 subscribers, but I need more watch hours, so I need you guys to really watch these videos, please. Okay, Ken Landgraf signing off. Please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.